What's up, everybody? This is your coach Jaron here with Forge. Today we're going to talk about the importance of tracking. Now, tracking things is important because you cannot measure what you don't track. And if our goal is to train in the specific direction towards something we would like to achieve, then we need to be able to evaluate our process along the way to see whether or not we're effective. We need to measure it, right? But we can't measure data that we don't collect and that we don't track. So when it comes to your training, this is why it's so important to track what you're doing. That way you have a roadmap when you look backwards of all the steps that you took and the work that you've done to get you to where you're at. One of the best things that I've done over the last 24 years of training is kept a training log. I've done this in a lot of forums. I like to do it with video because I can look back and actually see what was going on that day with the lift, which allows me to coach myself and evaluate if there's an injury or anything. I can go backwards and look to see if there was any technical deficiencies or mobility issues or things that might have led to that. Or I can look back and see, what things were effective. When I was at my strongest in a particular lift, what were the things that I was doing in the months leading up to that may have contributed towards that success, right? And so it gives you a really powerful tool for being able to evaluate yourself and to learn from your own process of training. With your nutrition, tracking is important because, again, you don't know if you're actually following your plan unless you're tracking what you're doing, right? If you're supposed to be eating 2,500 calories, but we're not measuring and tracking what we're actually taking in, then how do we know that 2,500 calories is a deficit if you're trying to lose weight or a surplus if you're trying to gain it? There's no way to tell. And so think about this week as you go through your training, you go through your nutrition plan, track as many things as you possibly can. Find a way that works best for you to log your training. I provide a spreadsheet for those of you that I'm coaching to where we have all of your weights in there, and over time, 6 months from now, you'll be able to look back over every single week, all of the weights that we hit, the exercises that we were doing, and you'll be able to see which lifts correlate to you getting stronger, right? Which variations have built up your weak points. What weights were you hitting for certain numbers of reps versus what you're hitting now? You can see if you've actually gotten measurably stronger. For those of you that are focusing on nutrition, you can see how your eating habits have improved over time, right? What foods were you eating when you felt the best? What foods made you feel worse? Which ones affected your sleep, your recovery, your mood, your appetite? And over time, that will build a tool set for you to really identify the things that work best for you. So as you progress with your training, you'll also become more efficient and more calculated and specific with your intent, because the more experience you have, the more you're able to deploy the things that you have learned through your own experience have worked best for you, so that way you can achieve better results in less time more efficiently by making better choices.